Welcome to the Pine River Public Library Story Time. This week's story time, we're going to talk about firefighters and fire safety. October is Fire Safety Month. Our first story is a firefighter rescue. There's a fire in Lego City. The firefighters are on their way to help. Ricky is a firefighter in training. He will spend 1 year learning the ropes. A dumpster's on fire. First, the firefighters make sure no one's in danger. Then they get ready to fight the fire. But Ricky doesn't wait. He grabs the hose and tries to put out the fire on his own. That fire doesn't stand a chance against me. Oh, the hose is too strong for one person. Water sprays everywhere. Ricky, you've got a lot to learn, Chief Rita says. You need to work with the team. I will help train you, but you have to listen. By next summer, you will be a great firefighter. A few minutes later, it is fall. Ricky is taking a nap until the fire alarm goes off and he swings down the pole. A firefighter must always be ready, says Rita. Don't forget your helmet. But wait for me, says Ricky. There is an accident at the race course. Luckily, no one was hurt, but the rider landed in a tree. It's up to the firefighters to rescue him. It's a good thing this tree caught me. While the other firefighters put out the fire, Rita and Ricky helped the rider. Says Ricky, I really wanted to put out the fire. Putting out fires is important, Rita explains, but it's also important to make sure people are safe. Winter comes early and brings lots of snow. The sidewalk is very slippery. Ricky wants to build a snowman outside, but Rita calls him in to work. We need to shovel and put salt out on the sidewalk so nobody falls, Rita explained. Thinking ahead is what good firefighters do. That means stopping the bad things before they happen. The next day, the alarm goes off. The firefighters race outside to the truck. The sidewalk has no snow and no ice. Good thing we shoveled and salted, said Ricky. It is spring now, and the fire department is busy. A call comes in. Ricky is ready. He is prepared with all the tools a firefighter needs, including his lunch. Rita and Ricky fly a helicopter to the fire. Ricky, you can see all of Lego City from up here. A powerboat engine got too hot and caught fire, but the firefighters get to the scene fast to help. Rita flies the helicopter while Ricky saves the boat driver. Soon, the rest of their team arrives to help too. Together, the firefighters put out the fire on the boat. How did I do? Ricky asks. You did great, says Rita. Nothing beats being rescued, except pizza. By summertime, things are really heating up. A big fire breaks out. The entire fire department rushes to save the day. 2 buildings are on fire. Both are old and empty, but the firefighters need to put out the fire quickly. First, Ricky makes sure all of the people in the area are safe. Let's move over this way, folks. Thinking ahead, Ricky helps hook up the fire truck to the fire hydrant. Now he and his team are ready to fight the fire. Finally, Ricky calls out to the rest of his team to help him put out the large fire. It takes several men and women to hold the fire hose steady. On the count of 3, 1, 2. Together, the firefighters fight the fire by soaking the buildings with water. Soon, the fire is out and the city is safe. Ricky thinks it is exciting to help put out the fire with his team. It looks like our work here is done, Ricky tells Rita, and it looks like your rookie days are over. Good job, says Rita. You have worked so hard all year, and now you are a firefighter, says Rita. What are you going to do now? Take the day off, Ricky says. Looks like Ricky needs a nap. Should we learn more about the fire trucks? With fire trucks on the go. Fire trucks are important vehicles. They help put the fires out. And there's many types of fire trucks. A fire truck rushes to a fire. Firefighters ride in the big cab, and one firefighter gets to drive the truck. The truck's lights flash, the sirens blare, the horn honks. These are all signs to warn cars to move out of the way. Whenever you see a fire truck or emergency vehicle coming with their lights and sirens, you need to move over to the side of the road and give them the full road to get there. That way they can get their job done. Some fire trucks have a pump. They get water from a fire hydrant, and the truck pumps water into the long hose. More than one firefighter holds the hose. It is very heavy, and the water comes out very strong. They aim the water at the burning building, and water will spray on the fire. Sometimes there's no fire hydrants nearby, so a tanker truck comes. It brings the water to the fire for the firefighters to use. A ladder truck has a ladder on top. The ladder slides out and goes all the way up. That way the firefighters can fight a fire up on top of the building. Firefighters also climb the ladder. It helps them reach the fire and reach people in tall buildings. Fire trucks and firefighters help keep us safe. Have you seen a fire truck? Was it on its way to a fire? Was it on its way to help someone? Maybe it was just in a parade or at the fire station. Here is a fun book about Fireboy. Fireboy to the rescue. I'm Fireboy, and I'm here to defend you from all things that could burn. A dangerous and scary fire can break out any place, anytime, and I'm on the lookout to help keep you, your family, and your neighborhood safe from harm. Fire is not always a bad thing. It can toast your marshmallows. Yum, yum. It can keep you warm. Oh, so toasty. It can cook your dinner. Oh, yummy in my tummy. And it can light the candles on your birthday cake. But when fire is bad, it can be very bad. It can burn your finger. Ouch. It could melt your pot. Ugh. Or it can burn down an entire house. Ooh. When a fire starts, get out of the burning building immediately and call 911. Give the phone operator the address of the fire, and the firefighters will come quickly to the rescue. Now, remember, don't ever call 911 if it is not an emergency. False alarms can endanger people who really need the help. At the firehouse, an alarm rings and the firefighters are ready to go. Quickly, they jump into the fire engine because there is no time to waste. Sometimes the firefighters do not live at the firehouse and do not hear an alarm at the firehouse. They have a pager that they carry with them, and that alarm will go off and tell them to get to the fire station to get the trucks. When you hear a fire truck coming, stay on the sidewalk. If you're riding a bike, pull over to the curb and stop. Give them the room they need. On the scene, firefighters rush into burning buildings to rescue people trapped inside. They connect a hose from the fire hydrant to the fire engine, which pumps the water to the fire. If your clothes ever catch on fire, do you know what to do? Fireboy tells you, stop right where you are. Do not run. Drop all the way to the ground and roll. Get that fire out. Now that you know what to do in a fire, I will show you how to prevent one. You should never play with fire. Do not play or touch fireworks, matches, lighters or candles, hot stoves, cigarettes, space heaters, and outlets. Leave all of those for adults. At home, you can prevent a fire from starting by looking out for these dangerous conditions. Outlets. Overloaded outlets can cause just a little spark in the wiring and start a fire. Don't have too many things plugged in at one time. Stoves. Make sure your stove is clear of things that can burn, such as oven mitts. Keep your pot handles turned inside so the pots don't accidentally get knocked over. And if you ever see the flames, do not get close. If a fire starts, get an adult. Don't try to put the fire out by yourself. If you have a fireplace, do not keep any matches, newspapers, or logs near the fireplace. Use a fireplace screen to prevent the sparks from flying out. If you have candles in your house, keep candles away from things that can catch on fire. Always make sure they are blown out before you leave the room. Space heaters. We should keep our space heaters at least 3 feet away from things that can burn. Remind an adult to turn off the space heater before leaving the house or going to bed. Lamps. The light bulbs in a lamp can get very hot, so don't drape any clothes over the lampshade. The fabric can heat up and catch on fire. Cigarettes. Cigarettes are the leading cause of fatal fires in the U.S. They're dangerous to your health, too. Tell smokers to use a deep ashtray. Never smoke in bed or fall asleep with a lit cigarette in their hand. Do you have the proper safety devices in your house? A fire can happen in any home, so it's important to have the proper safety devices in case a fire starts. They can save your life. A smoke alarm. A smoke alarm is a device that sets off an alarm when it senses smoke. You may hear that high-pitched beep sound. It's not nice on my ears, but at least it tells me when I need to get out of my house. A fire extinguisher. That's a device that's filled with foam or water that can put out a small fire if needed. A fire escape ladder. For escaping out of a high window when the stairs are blocked or unsafe. An escape plan. Every house should have an escape plan so everyone knows how to get out of the house safely if there's ever a fire. You should always know 2 ways to escape from each room, just in case one exit is blocked. Your family should practice your plan once a month so no one forgets. Every month, check your smoke alarms to make sure they're working and replace the batteries twice a year. As you leave each room, shut the door to prevent a fire from spreading. If you ever have a babysitter in your house, you should make sure they know your fire escape plan as well. Make sure your windows and doors can open easily in case you need to get out in a hurry. And pick a meeting place outside the house where everybody in the family knows to get out and get there. If you are in a high-rise fire, if you have multiple stories in an apartment building, or if you visit someone who lives in one of those places, there's some extra things maybe you should know. Don't use the elevator in a fire. It could lose power and you'll be stuck inside. Always use the stairs and hold on to the railing. If the stairs are filled with smoke, return to the apartment and put towels and sheets under the door to keep out the smoke and fire. Open a window and let the smoke escape. Do not break the glass. You may need to close the window if smoke is coming in from the outside. Always call 911 and tell the operator where you are. You could always wave a cloth out the window so a firefighter can see you and come and rescue you. Do not jump from the window. You could seriously injure yourself. Wait for the firefighter to help you escape. Have you had a fire drill at school? Schools need escape plans too. Your school should have a fire drill to practice the plan. You will learn how to get out safely in case of a real fire. An alarm will sound. Fire alarms are not toys. If you smell smoke or see fire, tell a teacher. He or she will pull the alarm if necessary. If you hear the fire alarm going off at school, stop what you're doing and follow the teacher's directions. You must be quiet so you can hear the teacher speak. The teacher will lead you out of the school into a safe place to meet. Now that you have the knowledge to keep yourself, your family, and your community safe from fires, ignite your mind and not a fire. Those are some really good tips from Fireboy. I have one more story for you on Clifford the Fire Dog. I'm sure Clifford knows the fire safety tips too. My name is Emily Elizabeth, and this is my dog, Clifford. Clifford is not the oldest in his family, but he is the biggest. Last week, Clifford and I went to the city to visit Clifford's brother, Nero. Clifford knew the way. Nero lives in a firehouse. He is a fire rescue dog. What a fun job! I asked the firefighters if Clifford could help them. They thought he was the right color for the job. Just then, a group of school children came in for a fire safety class. Nero showed them what to do if their clothing were to catch on fire. Do not run. If your clothes catch on fire, you need to stop, drop, and roll to smother the flames and make sure you get the fire out. Clifford thought that he could do that. He repeated the lesson for the class then. First, Clifford stopped. He dropped and he rolled. Except he rolled a little too far. Just then, we heard the sirens go. There was a fire. Nero stayed to guard the children, and Clifford and I ran ahead. He cleared the street for the fire trucks to come through. Smoke was pouring from the top floor of the tall building. Clifford pushed the crowd back to a safe place. And then Clifford saw people in trouble at the top of the building. Clifford to the rescue! The heavy hose was hard to unreel, so Clifford gave the firefighters a hand. But then he saw the fire hydrant was stuck shut. Thank goodness Clifford was there to help unstick it. They had to get the smoke out of the building, so Clifford helped them by making a hole in the roof. The firefighters were calling for more water. Clifford found some. He helped clear the smoke away, too. When the fire was out, Clifford made sure that the firefighters got out of the building safely. They were grateful for everything he had done to help. We gave some firefighters a ride back to the firehouse. Clifford was a hero. The fire chief made him an honorary fire rescue dog, just like his brother Nero. What a good day for Clifford! He helped the firefighters. That is our story for story time this week. I hope you enjoyed our firefighters. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.